Fortnite. What an epic game by Epic Games. In this video I will show you some hints, tips, and tricks, how to make your opponent look bad, how to instantly improve your skills as a player. Stop making game-losing mistakes that every other player makes. Learn the best methods and strategies to dominate the map, including game-winning landing spots, and everything you must know about Chapter 2. Stay tuned, like, and subscribe for more great informative content, released every week. Onto the video then. First up, let's talk about some gameplay changes, items and weapons that have been added, and how you can use them.
With the new season, just like every other one, some items were removed. These items include the P90 bolt-action sniper rifle and, most shockingly, damaged traps. So although we've had 3 major vaults in the new season, there also comes over 12 new unvaults, starting with the minigun. In addition, C4 has also been brought back, allowing players to place explosives and make interesting players. Some variants of, rocket launchers have been removed, but the RPG itself is still in the game. So the suppressed AR, SMG, pistol, and sniper rifle have all been re-added. So guys, as we mentioned before, the heavy sniper rifle has also been unvaulted. This is a great change as, of the normal bolt-action sniper rifles means that they're going to be much more rare to find. Epic also added the grappler, which is a very surprising unvault. The grappler, has always been a controversial item because of its, ability to counter builds, which are a main aspect of Fortnite. The infamous drum gun has also made a return. Alright guys, so speaking of competitive box fights, so launch pads have also been added to the arena playlist, adding an extra movement item that is going to make a huge difference in arena gameplay. In-game rotations are now much easier and can be done through a quick placement of a launch pad. So Epic has also added 2 brand new items, the decoy grenade and the creeping cardboard. The decoy grenade is a brand new item that's going to create a decoy of your player. This decoy is going to attract the AI bots in the game as well, as act as a copy of your character, which could be used to trick players all the time. The creeping cardboard essentially is a bush, but in the shape of a cardboard. This is a really funny addition. A new SMG has also been added to the game, known as the Rapid Fire SMG. It does 15 damage and shoots 15 shots per second. Now that we've gone over all the new items, we gotta get into some major gameplay changes that have also been added. Different from most updates, Epic has actually added critical gameplay changes that makes the game more interesting than before. First of all, Epic has now added the ability to actually throw consumable items. This makes it easier to help your teammates heal up. This teamwork-based change shows that Epic is moving towards squad-based gameplay, meaning that they're adding items and gameplay changes that promote teamwork and cooperative play. Some fishing spots have also been buffed, so they don't disappear after 1 to 2 items have been caught. Another minor update to weapon upgrades now makes them take longer to happen. And one of the more interesting and funny changes to gameplay is the porta potties. Instead of just hiding, when you interact with them, you're gonna be transported to another porta potty. Similar to the RIP teleporters that used to be in the game a while ago. Some dumpsters also have this feature, which is gonna make for some exciting escapes. Phone booths have also been given the ability to transform you to like a shadow henchman. This is going to allow players to open certain doors and interact in ways that can't be done without this disguise. Some similar changes that were added were bug fixes, such as issues with not being able to edit cones if standing inside have been fixed. The user interface for emotes, has also been updated and looks different. So perhaps the most exciting part of this update for more, casual players is the introduction of a new type of AI. The new henchmen and bosses. So there are now 5 new points of interest known as the Yacht, the Rig, the Agency, the Shark, and the Grotto. These points of interest feature bots that are going to shoot at you. Fighting these AI will earn you weapons and drops such as utilities and healing items, very similar to the zombie updates that came in the past during Halloween. But what makes this season, guys, different is that there's a lot of different things that you could do when interacting with these areas. For example, so you can shake down AIs and you can find where their bosses are. If you take out their bosses, you're gonna have access to mythic weapons and items. Some of these are the mythic drum gun, the infinite grappler, mythic minigun, mythic ARs, and the mythic bow. Eliminating the boss is the only way to get these, and to find the boss, you must interact and you must take out their henchmen. You can also earn things in the game that are known as key cards. These are gonna guide you guys to special crates that can only be opened if you have the scanner. This is a very, similar to the treasure maps that were in the game a few seasons ago. But these require effort and some gameplay to actually acquire, which is more different than the treasure maps, which could be found anywhere. We can only expect the best from what is to come from this season, and we look at how well the initial launch has been. We are, guys, without a doubt, so proud of Epic for making this update clean and worthwhile. And with these new changes, we are very hopeful for Fortnite's future. As long as they keep it up, man, there should be no problems and the future of Fortnite should be in really good hands.
Okay, so you have seen some changes with the new season. But what about some tips and tricks to give you the edge over your opponents? Let's take a look.
This is the duo phasing trick. It's pretty simple, but you're gonna need to be in duos, trios, or squad match with at least one teammate still alive. One of you is going to phase through and the other is gonna make it happen. So to pull this off, you and your partner need to approach the same wall, right? The player jumping in sprints head on into the wall while spraying their weapon. And the other player runs into them from behind while also spraying at the wall. Alright guys, so if you do this right, the player in the back should nudge the one in front just enough to make the wall glitch and allow them right in. Phasing has never been so simpler. Alright guys, so next up, it's a move that you can use to retaliate against wall takers invented by UK pro player KYLIX. Alright, here's how it's done. When an enemy places a backward ramp at your wall, you get close to the middle of your wall and edit the top right corner, right? Then you put a floor piece and punch out all the edit tiles except for the one on the close left. Afterward, you immediately place stairs above the floor. And then pull out your shotgun and go for the easy right-hand peek. What this move does is establish structure control, making it impossible for your opponent to build cover, right? Because typically, what skilled players will do as soon as they see the top right triangle edit is jump and put down a floor piece. But if you set your floor down fast enough before your opponent even can, theirs won't place. A smart player might try, to set a cone after seeing, you on the floor, but that's what the ramp is for, right? To block cone placements as well. So really, there's nothing your opponent can cover themselves with unless they have their ramp and, they have to move to another part of the building grid. You can see in this clip how KYLIX used the trick to eliminate none other than Benji Fishy, and even he's confused as to what just happened. So all in all, this technique requires a lot of practice to get down smoothly. But, if you could do it similar to KYLIX, you're going to be picking up kills left and right. This one utilizes an underrated stair edit to create a right-hand angle to give yourself the edge in battle. Alright, so for starters, you want to begin inside your own box. When you see an opponent trying to take your wall, you face them and place a ramp. Then edit the ramp, starting from the top right, going down, left, and up again to create the letter U. Before you confirm though, alright, position on the left side of the ramp and jump. As you reach peak height, complete the edit, and you should end up on the top portion of your ramp, well behind cover. Now you have right-hand peeker's advantage on the opponent that took your wall and opened it. Alright, so you can also do it with the backward facing ramp as well. Although, it's a lot harder to get the jump and edit timing down, so we prefer using a regular old stair piece. Look guys, usually, there isn't really a great way to get those right side peaks while inside your box. Which is why this move is so incredible, but what I think, what really propels it even further is how unpredictable it is. Pretty much nobody is going to expect to set it, right? And since this puts you on that upper portion of the ramp, your opponent won't know where to aim or even how to defend themselves against your shots. And Ryu Sanami calls it the double door trick. Alright guys, so you start off by approaching somebody's one by one from above, right? Before you go about swinging at your opponent's cone, place a wall, create a door on the right side and open it. Then shift over to the right, past your wall, so the open door is right in front of you. Okay, so from right here, right here, you can start taking their pyramid and placing it with your own. Once you do that, edit it open and go for their floor as well. Though you might be better off, using a spray weapon, to take their floor piece, since the pickaxe hitbox is sort of buggy in this position. Once you've got both pieces, edit through, stay close to your door, and then just go for some shot. Alright guys, so this final technique is a phasing trick that you can use to sneak in a free shot when you have a ramp over your opponent. Alright, so listen to this. So to start off, you need 3 things. An enemy player containing a box, one of your ramps over top of them, and a pump shotgun. Sorry, tactical shotguns are no bueno right here. So begin by pulling out your shot, right? Then editing the ramp. You need to create an upside down L edit here. So to start with either the bottom left or the bottom right tile, move up and then go right or left. Before you confirm edit though, all right, listen to this. You need to run up the stairs. And once you reach, just past the inner corner where the stairs change direction, you complete the edit while still running forward. Then hold down your fire button and shoot your target through the ramp as soon as possible. So if you do this correctly, all right, the stairs should phase long enough to only allow your shot through, then they'll fix themselves and become solid again, blocking any sort of return fire. Not gonna lie though, like when we were testing this out at first, we kept messing up by either confirming too early or confirming too late, and even by editing when we were in the wrong position. All of those caused, this trick to not work properly. But once we started running up the ramp diagonally, it became a lot easier to figure out the timing. This one definitely needs a lot of practice to get down, guys, but once you learn it, oh my goodness, man, it is going to be fantastic. It's going to be the next level trick for free damage in box fights.
Wow, lots of things to practice there. Okay, so last up, we have game-winning landing spots. Where is the best place to land to give you the best chance of winning the game?
Okay, first up, taking over the middle island is the Agency. Talk about an upgrade, guys, because compared to the dingy houses of last season, this place is absolutely loaded. We counted a little over 20 chests, not to mention all the floor loot scattered around. Land here and you'll get kitted in no time. But that's if you survive. Being smack dab in the center of the map makes this spot very, very desirable. People love landing near the center since it takes rotating out of the question for most games. With a ton of loot as well, we see the spot becoming something like the next Tilted Towers. Whether or not you guys enjoy that type of hectic action is totally up to you, but it's not just loot and materials this spot has, it's got new features as well. Epic Games added a ton of interesting stuff like a bunch of locked doors and large loot crates around that require ID scans to open. You guys probably already know that. But of course, hidden behind these locked areas is a bunch of dope loot that is just waiting for you. So the question is, how do you get past the ID scans? Well, there are a couple of red, old-timey telephone booths located on the outside of the building, one by the south of the building just past the helipad, and one right to the side of the north entrance. If you hop inside either of these phone booths, you'll change outfits and turn into a member of the Ghost faction, which then gives you the ability to get past the ID scans. I think the locked weapon crates we opened gave us epic and legendary quality weapons, along with 2 healing items as well, so that's kind of the quality of loot you can expect from these new locked chests. That's not all, folks. The Agency also has a bunch of enemy AI that wander around called henchmen, but you can kill them pretty quickly for a weapon, ammo, and a bit of material. And if you find a guy walking around with a drum gun, watch yourself. He's named Midas. He's the boss of this joint and he hits like a truck. If you guys eliminate him, you'll end up with an OP drum gun for yourself, and he also drops a key card, a very valuable key card. Pick that up and use it to guide yourself down to the vault downstairs. Inside are a couple of regular chests, 2 big ones that you don't need an ID to scan open, and even a supply drop. Getting this loot down here is a must before you leave, but it's up to you whether you want to fight for the key card yourself or just wait to ambush an opponent that goes for it. The Yacht. While I love the design aspects, the owners of this vessel really skimped out on the loot though. We counted only around 8 chests, which is okay for a solo or maybe even a duo drop spot, but as a squad, you're gonna be struggling and fighting over who gets what. In terms of material, there's a decent bit of furniture and fixtures you can whack away at for mats, but honestly, it's not a whole lot. You are on a boat after all, so it's not like you're gonna have any trees or cars for you to hit at. So to get full-on mats, you're gonna have to rotate out. We found a pretty good spot just south of the yacht with a bunch of washed up vehicles and juicy rocks you can break to fill up on those much needed mats. But just like with the other new locations, you'll find those henchmen and a boss there as well. The boss's name here is named Meowscles. I hope I said that right, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. If you manage to find him and eliminate him, he drops a mythic heavy assault rifle plus the yacht keycard. The rifle name is actually hilarious too, it's called Meowscles Piao Piao Rifle, which is a pretty ridiculous name for an item. All jokes aside though, this gun does not seem to be worth going for, at least when compared to the other new mythic items. The vault's on the bottom deck near the north side of the ship, and once you've gotten the keycard, you can open it for a supply drop and a couple of those big crates. And talk about a remote location, because this yacht is super far away on its own. Unfortunately, that's a big downside with how random circles can be in this game. Although it does come with some boats on the bottom deck you can use to rotate out with if you want. I guess it's not the worst that it could be, but overall, we're giving the yacht a 6 out of 10. The Grotto. Our first impressions were like, hey, did Epic just add the Batcave of Fortnite? For real though, this underground layer was super interesting to explore, and it reminds me of Batman. In terms of loot, we counted 10 chests here, although we might have missed a couple. Materials are alright, nothing special really. There's a bunch of random stuff you can destroy, but it doesn't give you much. You'll definitely have to explore the surrounding areas if you want to fill up on mats. So, the boss here is named Brutus, and if you manage to take him out, he drops a mythic minigun. I feel like this is going to be such a popular spot because of this weapon. When we were using it in our matches, it was just shredding everything. I never thought it was too powerful in the past, but man, this felt super strong. Honestly, I cannot believe they added it back into the game. But yeah, get his keycard, go to the vault near the middle of the cave, you can open it up for those 4 big crates. Rotating out is somewhat easier here too. There's a boat on the shore side, and with those 2 big hole entrances, the bottom one is a wind tunnel you can sort of use for a quick escape. The rig. This might be my second favorite spot they've added in terms of design. I just love the aesthetic. It feels so unlike Fortnite that it adds a new feel to the game. But anyway, how does it match up? Well, in terms of loot, this oil rig hit the motherload. We counted over 20 chests, so more than Agency had, with a bunch of floor loot as well. You won't be running out of spots to hit up here. And when it comes to materials, I think the rig is among the best we've seen so far. It's got high health metal objects to farm up, plus a lot of small objects to quickly fill up on. And while most of it is metal, I mean, just look to the north. There are so many trees and bricks in the swampy area, it's pretty much impossible to leave with empty mats. And do you like explosions? Cause the rig is boom central. There are these new red propane tanks you can pick up and toss around, and if you shoot them, they explode and deal a small chunk of damage to anyone around them. These don't seem that useful, but they're kind of fun. Instead, they're kind of like those gimmicky explosive gas pumps introduced last season, but at the same time, I know how creative people can get with this game, so I'm sure there'll be some weird innovation for people to use. And going along with the explosive theme, the boss here is TNTina. Eliminate her and you'll get a boom bow and a key card. Don't worry, I had a small panic attack when I heard the boom bow was back, but apparently it's nerfed, so I think we'll be alright. Anyway, you can find the vault on the north-facing side, near the bottom next to some stairs. We haven't gotten to open it up just yet, so let us know what you find inside. Overall, the rig might be the best spot so far. It has a ton going for it, like great loot, plenty of mats, slippery swamps close by for quick health top-ups, and the frickin' boom bow as well. So we're giving this place a 9 out of 10. Definitely explore the spot when you get the chance. Okay guys, finally located to the northwest by the cluster of small islands is the Shark. Again, I'm a massive fan of the design here. The cave entrance at the bottom depicts a menacing looking shark, and on top of that, there's a really chill house with a beautiful beachside. But in terms of loot, we counted 11 chests and 1 ice freezer by the pool. A bit better than the yacht was, but scattered over a much larger area, which makes looting this spot as a solo player kind of a pain, at least in my opinion. I guess the positive here is material availability. There are so many trees and rocks on the shore, you'll never leave empty-handed. Metal is less bountiful, but you can find small bits here and there, especially with the slurp kegs. There are a few on the southwest part of the shore as well, and some more hidden inside the house. The boss here is named Sky, and if you kill him, you'll get their killer assault rifle. Compared to a gold scar, it does more damage per bullet and has a much faster fire rate. Last season, the AUG was the end-all be-all rifle. This season, we think it'll be the mythic AR. Apparently, there's a mythic grappler you can also get from Sky here. We haven't seen it just yet, but if you have, let us know in the comments below, we're curious. Again, there's a vault located all the way downstairs, but we haven't opened it up yet. I'm sure it's just something like those few weapon crates and chests. Overall, the Shark is receiving a solid 7 out of 10 from us. We could see it being an ideal duo dropping spot if you're looking for a balanced mix of resources.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more great, informative content like this released every week.